Right. Today we have a Nissan 300ZX. It's here. It's not imported from Japan, but it's here. That being said, we do have a 3-liter V6 rear-wheel drive, and it's an acceptable car. So when you get inside this thing, it feels like a Supra. Everything's just right here. Got your radio, got your climate controls, your cruise controls, your lights, your flicks, your switches. You got that. Coins. Comes with a knife if you need it. Handbrake. This one it doesn't have a third pedal, so it does have a 1.2 DNRP. Don't know what it's called. The horn sounds like something you would push to attract children when you have candy for them, if you know what I mean. This shit looks like they ripped it out of an old mattress firm and stuck it to the side of the car. It says Bose, but we have a Kenwood. This probably looks like the plastic melted when the sun was sitting in it for too long. You do have a T-top though, and you can you have a little lock and open, your little key switch, so you know it doesn't fly off while you're driving. Makes it more boring in my opinion. You have the 2 smallest lights I've ever seen in my entire life, and I don't know if they work or not.
They do not.
They do not work. The seats are actually quite comfortable, and you have electric seats on the driver's side. The passenger side doesn't get it because Nissan doesn't give a fuck about who's in the passenger seat. There were back seats in here. They are no longer because race car. And as you just saw, you tried to look through the window, but the tint is so fucked up you can't. Which is almost good because it's like privacy, but without the privacy. And if you are driving at night and somebody's, you know, on your ass with their headlights nice and bright, like they always are, since you're in a lowered car, you're gonna see all the headlights through your rearview mirror. It does have one of those things where, you know, you flip the little switch right here and it makes it dimmer. But currently, right now, when you flip the switch, you just look at the ceiling of the car. So, shit out of luck with that one. The blinker looks like if I push too hard on it, it's gonna snap in half because it is skinnier than somebody who has anorexia. The seat belts aren't even red, they're orange. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, probably more sun damage. This comes out. I don't even know why they have a little holder here, because you can just take it. What do these do?
For the mirrors.
Probably don't work, do they?
They do.
Oh, they do work. Oh, okay. Well, is this for the back window? What is this switch?
I don't even know what that switch is.
We have a switch here. We don't know what it does, but I heard if you push it, all of North Korea's nuclear bombs will go off. So don't fucking push it. Actually, do push it. Honestly, this little toggle right here to change the mirrors looks like you're sitting there rubbing a nipple. It looks very firm nipple though. It does have overdrive. So, you know, when you're in drive, if you want to go over the drive that you're driving, you push the button. Seats are very comfortable. You have a headrest that's too low, so it's actually a neck rest. Doesn't work. You have a lever here. I don't know what it does. I think it's for lumbar support, but it's not even on my lumbar. I don't even want to fuck with it. The seat belts hang on your door, so if you try to open the door while wearing your seat belt, you're gonna choke yourself to death. Why don't we give a little demonstration? Right. We're in. You're dead. It's not. Look how fucking cool you look when you open the door with your seatbelt on. Can anybody else do this? Didn't fucking think so. And then everybody's gonna see the fabric you stole from the floor of mattress firm. But that's alright. And then, yeah, it comes in here and then goes through the door and then... I don't fucking know what Nissan was thinking. It was the 90s. Here it is. It is a 3-liter V6. It is specifically called the VG30DE. Now, the actual good model of this car has the VG30DE TT, which is the twin turbo V6, but when you take a look at the engine bay, you ask yourself the question, how the hell do they fit two turbos and where the fuck do they put them at? I don't know. That's why I'm not an engineer. Another fun fact of this car, the headlights are actually the same headlights that are from a Lamborghini Murcielago. It does share a chassis with the R32 GTR, and we'll get into that later. How much power does it make stock?
222, not counting what was lost over
time. So it's supposed to make 222 horsepower, but my guess it probably makes somewhere around 12. Now, let's take a look at the practicality of the car, or the little it has. Now what the fuck is this?
To hide stuff from the window.
Can you see me?
No.
Well, it works. I don't know if if you could fit a suit. No, you could fit a suitcase in here. If this wasn't here.
Yeah, it's very flexible too.
But it rolls itself. I think that's one of the best parts of the car. Watch it roll itself.
I can't believe that still works.
And that's why you should buy it. It is a 300ZX, and I'm pretty sure that X or the Z together stand for some type of luxurious. That's why you don't hear of a 350ZX. So that's why you get a back windscreen wiper. Does it work?
Not anymore, actually, no.
It doesn't work. Whoever previously owned this car, other than the man behind the camera, decided to super glue their wing on, and it looks like they paid a class of kindergartners to do so. But it hasn't fallen off yet, so I don't give a shit. The bumpers and the side skirts looks like they were put on with one screw. It looks like they tried to use more glue here. And you got a gap larger than the gap I used to have in my front teeth. That doesn't work either. But we don't worry about it. Oh, fixed it. Your bumper here is slowly getting eaten away at bugs. That's nice. Oh, that doesn't move. But it is a very nice brand of body kit.
Fortunately, the bumper is still on.
I don't know what the fuck they used to paint this thing, but obviously the paint isn't staying on very well. I think the car might be more yellow than it is white. It does have a very nice red license plate frame though, and that is nice. It's got vents here to, I was gonna say go to your brakes, but all you have is another piece of fiberglass. You do get a nice look at the paint. It's got a nice purplish tint to it. Now, if this car had perfect paint, it would be a beautiful color. It's a white pearl with a purplish metallic to it. Fucking beautiful. But nevertheless, let's go for a drive. Now when you first get in this, and you actually turn it on and you actually drive it, it greets you like a beautiful Sunday morning. You can tell the car wants you to drive it, it wants you to push it, it wants you to allow it to do the thing that it was built to do. And that is drive. Since it does share chassis components with the R32 Skyline GTR, it does handle very well, but it is rear-wheel drive. Now what does that mean? Not a whole lot, because it only has 222 horsepower, so it's not like you're going to be sliding around corners. And the 12-year-old who owned it before us decided to put a wing on it taller than the frickin' Eiffel Tower. But that being said, it does give us some downforce, which is nice. And I don't know how squirrely the car would be without it. That's the one problem of doing a review on a car that has aftermarket stuff. But nevertheless, let's do some driving. Body roll you get in this thing while you're driving is almost none. I mean, it feels good. Like it feels like it wants to be pushed, which can be dangerous if you get a little too cocky. But the way it flows into corners isn't like much else I've ever driven. It was made in 1990. This car is 31 years old, and I'd say it drives better than a lot of the cars that are released today. The steering isn't super touchy, but it feels like it's connected to the road. It doesn't feel like you're driving a 2021 Chevy Suburban where you can move it with your pinky. You want to be able to feel the road. You want to interact with the road as you're driving. Feedback, you need it, and this car gives you the feedback that you want. Brake. And the driving experience isn't ruined because it's an automatic. If anything, it gives you the best of both worlds. You can daily drive it, and you can take it up into the mountains. It's blissful. And it shifts at right points. It doesn't shift all wrong. It downshifts when I start braking into a corner, and it upshifts when I start coming out of it. And like I said earlier, the controls are all right where you need them. You don't need to look at anything else. You don't need to look very far. The gauges, your speedometer, your tachometer, your oil pressure, your heat, your engine temp, your miles. It's simple. It's right where you need them, and it's not distracting. Now, I don't know what the MSRP of this car was when it came out in 1990 from Nissan. But if I got into that car brand new in the 90s and took it out on a road like this, I honestly don't know if I'd give a shit what it was. And when you roll up the window, it's quiet. You can whisper. It's not too loud. It's not too noisy. Things gibber and jabber every now and then. Because like I said it was earlier, it's 31 years old. I've gone over multiple smaller potholes, and it was like I went over nothing. Yeah, it just still handles. So well. This thing's 31 years old, and a lot of the cars we get today don't feel this good. And maybe that's the problem with newer cars. They have too much good stuff. A lot of the newer cars I get in, they don't speak to you, they don't talk to you, they don't give you feedback when you're driving because everything's electronic. The mechanical side of things have disappeared. Maybe that's why we need more cars like this. It's simple, but it's put together. And it just puts a smile on your face because it doesn't let you down. When you think you're at the line, you push it a little bit more and you realize you're not even close. Not even close to anywhere what this car can actually do. And this is a lower end model. This isn't even the twin turbo model. But this road was built for cars like this, and this car was built for roads like this. Up in the mountains, this thing's meant to be in Japan. But frankly, this is the closest thing we have to it.